Hi guys, and welcome back to Hilltop Farm. I'm Jay, and welcome to lesson number 6 in Wicca. Now, I hope you have all been practicing your meditation and incorporating last week's lesson of positive thinking in with that. This week's lesson, we'll be taking it to another level. I spoke in the last lesson briefly about the importance of learning visualization within Wicca. Visualization is the key to being able to cast spells and do witchcraft. In this lesson we cover visualization, and it's something that some of you will just take to like a duck to water. Others will really struggle to make it happen. But you will get there if you're one of those people. Concentration, dedication is what you need to achieve, and you will get there. So don't be disheartened if you're someone who does struggle with the whole meditation and visualization aspect of it. Perseverance, and every day set aside at least some time during the day to practice, and you will, as I say, you will get there. Okay, we're starting to move towards a bit more of magic here in today's lesson, because today's lesson is titled Magic Protection and Psychic Defense. The first thing to remember is magic works. This is the first thing you have to learn. If you don't believe magic gives you the power to reshape the universe, you're wasting your time. Because if you believe a spell or ritual won't work, then it won't, period. And if you do believe in the power of magic, then you need to realize that when you use it, you are putting your hands on the same forces that move the tides and spawn tornadoes. And that by doing so, you have the potential to harm yourself or others. It takes years of study and practice. It is fairly safe if you know what you're doing and take the appropriate safety precautions. At the same time, a mistake can ruin your day, or worse. In this lesson, I will outline a few basic techniques for protecting yourself and your home. While these are essential while working magic, they are also useful anytime. For example, there is no better night's sleep than in a room that has been magically shielded to keep out psychic noise. Let's start with shielding. This is a technique for creating a magical force field around your person or place to keep out unwanted energy. This could be psychic background noise or magical energy directed at you. Many people do this unconsciously in their lives. Others of us have to learn how. The method I use is to visualize a net, if you like, of energy around the area to be shielded. Many witches cast what they call a circle before any ritual, and they visualize a circle around them of protection. And if that works for you, that's fine. That doesn't work for me. I have to visualize a three-dimensional shield. So when I cast a circle around myself for protection, that circle becomes a dome over me and a dome under me, and I become encased in basically a bubble. Alright? So if you just want to have a circle around you, that's fine. If you're like me and prefer to be wrapped in a bubble, then that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Remember to see it in 3D. Okay? As I said, I use a sphere rather than a circle. And this is where those visualization exercises come into practical use. I generally use my personal energy to power it. I visualize negative energy being absorbed by my shield and flowing it into the earth. I visualize it as porous, so that energy I send can pass through. With practice, you'll be able to shield yourself instantly, without thinking. I have found that exhaustion or alcohol quickly erodes my ability to shield. So keep this in mind. Once you have shields, there are lots of nifty magic you can do with them. The ward. I define a ward as a shield anchored to a physical space. Earth energies flow upward to power it. So this is a shield you put in place around an object. It can be around yourself, but around an object generally, so that the earth is providing its energy. So once you've visualized it and it's in place, you can walk away and it stays there, which is how you protect your home. With practice, you can create a stable, earth-powered shield. This leaves more energy for spell work or allows you to drop your own shields and recharge. Reinforce the visualization regularly, and it can be permanent to protect your circle or your home. I tend to anchor wards with physical objects, a stone, a carved rune, a crystal, etc. But it is the visualization that really matters. If the mental image fails, the shield will fail, no matter how many runes you have. Occasionally, when going about daily life, I will feel a tickle at my aura as some kind of psychic energy contacts me. Other times, the hair stands up on the back of my neck and I quickly raise my shields. And on rare occasions, I feel a sudden energy drain as my shields, thanks to the Lord and Lady, go from standing by to maximum power before I know what's happened. In these situations, there was a few shielding tricks I use. First is the mirror. I visualize the outside of my shield as a perfect mirror, reflecting energy back to its source. The next is making the inside of my shields a mirror too. I use this to contain any psychic energy I might be emitting, hopefully making myself psychically stealthy. Last is the iron wall or the stone tower visualization. And I must say, with this one I go in for the dramatic. When you print out your sheet and you get to this section, you will see a picture that goes with this. This is the kind of thing I visualize. It's very sort of medieval, and it's the old witch in me, I think. Change the thin energy shield into a massive fortress. This requires a lot of power, but when huge waves of negativity are breaking over you, it really helps. Now on to a few active techniques. If negative energy keeps coming at me, I don't sit back and continue to shield until exhausted. The ancient warriors knew that any pure defense battle is doomed if it goes on long enough. Evoking the Lord and Lady is probably the surest and simplest defense. Malevolent entities, whether astral or earthy, tend to avoid the presence of deity. In fact, the nastier they are, the faster they run. The most basic technique is calling white fire. This is the light energy of the universe, the silver white of the moon and the fire white of the sun, the sum total of the magical elements. Let it flow in from all around you until you feel like a ball of lightning, and then send a direct bolt of it back in the direction the negative energy came from. While the mind is all you need to do this, I find my sword or a thame or wand the perfect tool for this. If this doesn't work, you can still call on the Lord and Lady in their warrior protector aspects to help you. But when you do any of this, as I keep reinforcing to you, with witchcraft, there is a good saying that is something you should always think of before casting any spell, is be careful what you wish for. And as always, remember the law of threefold return. The idea of karma is ancient but simple. The things that we accomplish in this life, be they good or ill, have an effect on us in the next. Our actions will be weighed by the gods, and they will decide whether we have lessons to be learnt. You never near fear deity in Wicca. Deity does not judge you or dissuade you or persuade you. Deity will only ever wish to help you. Though our actions come back to us through karma, this is not a divine judgment so much as a necessary balance. It is there to help all beings grow, never to punish us. Whatever may afflict you, Deity wishes to help you move past it, for Deity wishes you only to grow and happiness in whatever personal form you picture Deity. This week's assignment, I need you to continue on with your meditation, incorporating into your meditation. You need to work on the things we covered in last week's lesson, which is the positive thinking module, to try and get positivity happening in your life. But included in that, I also want you to start visualization techniques. Imagine that circle or bubble around you. Feel your energy producing it and protecting you, and all that negativity on the outside being deflected off, bounced off, or absorbed into it and sucked down into the earth. Imagine doing that. And then imagining something small, maybe a piece of jewellery that you've got on your dressing table, and you imagine a circle or a bubble around it to protect it. And once you've got it there and you can see it and it's protecting it, you transfer the energy it's drawing on away from yourself, and the earth will power its energy up into your dressing table, across the top, and then into the circle or bubble around it. And that will stay there. Once you've got it going and you visualize handing it over to another power source, if you like, try doing that. Once you've done that, you can start working on larger things, like your home. Imagine a circle around your home, a dome over the top of your home, protecting it, keeping all the love, positivity inside, and all the negativity bouncing off. Okay, and once you've got that up and running, allow the powering of it to be taken over from the earth, and let it keep flowing. And every time you meditate, replenish that to keep it going. Visualize it. You've got to be able to see it. And when you can see it, concentrate on it, and concentrate on the handover so that the energy is no longer coming from you, it's coming from the earth. And it will keep it powered. And eventually, that dome will stay over your house to protect it. And if anything happens, as you become better at this, you won't have to be there to fix it. If you suddenly are at work and you get a bad feeling, you will be able to duck into the toilet or somewhere out of sight and quickly visualize that dome going over your home to protect it. And it will. And it will go over and protect it. Okay, so I need you to do that. And as I say, before you start on objects, start on yourself. Protect yourself. Alright? I have an exercise here that I'm going to go through with you that I actually want you to do this exercise as well as with the meditation. Now, this exercise is called the Tower of Light. Right, now firstly, I need you to stand erect, feet shoulders width apart, and arms at your side, breathing evenly and deeply. Then 2, progressively relax your entire body, starting from the top of your head and working down to the bottoms of your feet. 3, mentally visualize that you are surrounded by a long ellipsoid or long oval of light, bright blue light that extends 9 inches outwardly from every point on the surface of your body. Continue to maintain this image and visualize a globe of brilliant white light above but not touching your head. The globe is inside of your bright blue aura. 5. Concentrate on this bright white globe so that it becomes brighter, glowing white like burning magnesium. 6. Keep both images of the bright blue aura and the brilliant white globe and mentally aspire to the highest standards of morality, good and love that you can. 7. Next, feel the white globe showering you with glittered white light filled with silver sparkles. This white light should permeate your entire being, coursing vibrantly through you. 8. The outside shell of your aura should be an intense bright blue, filled with the vibrant, sparkling white light. Concentrate on this complete image as long as you can, fully believing in its reality. Feel your outer auric shell as a hard, sharply defined blue as you feel blissful and alert inside it. 9. As you close, let the image fade slowly while believing that it is not fading from reality. Now, I need you to incorporate this visualization technique into your meditation and your positive thinking. We're getting closer and closer to incorporating witchcraft and ritual into our daily lives. But it won't work, as I say, if you don't learn visualization. Alright, so that is the lesson over for this week. Up and coming for the end of the month, we're going to be starting to cover the moon, the phases of the moon and the moon rituals. We'll also be preparing in advance for the Yule festival, which is towards the end of the month. So the next few lessons will be covering this kind of thing. There is a full moon ritual that covers each month of the year, because there should be one full moon every month, and when there is two, that's something completely different, and we'll cover that when we get to the phases of the moon. But for the most part, let's just say there's one per month, and each one has a different meaning depending on what month of the year it is. And of course, the hemispheres come into play too with that, because it's to do with the seasons. So I'll be working out in the next few weeks how I'm going to do that, so that you can prepare for when the full moon comes. So just be aware that that will be covered this month. So you will be in the next few weeks setting up your first altars for full moon and Yule. So we'll have to cover how to do that, as well as the Yule festival itself and the full moon and the moon rituals. So a lot coming up in the next few weeks, stuff that's perhaps a little more interesting than we've covered in the last few weeks. The last few weeks has all been about, you know, thoughts and all that, which are immensely important. The power of thought is immensely important in Wicca. Thank you for being with us today, and I hope you're really enjoying the series. I must say I'm enjoying bringing it to you. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, or the email address is down below for the school. You can email me directly. There is a link down below so that you can print out this week's handout. So you've got all that information there and you can work off of it. There's a link down below in case you're needing to buy books for the book depository, of which we are an affiliate, so go through there and buy your books through us. And I think that's pretty much all for this week. Thank you for joining us. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any other future videos. And till next time, it's goodbye from Hilltop Farm. See ya!